Do you call him daddy? Do I call her daddy? Call her daddy.
Daddy's home. Welcome back, guys. It is Call Her Daddy, presented by Barstool Sports. I think at this time, it's safe to say on Wednesdays, we listen to Call Her Daddy.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. So before we get into it, I want to talk about our new favorite game.
And it does have to do with sex, believe it or not.
Oh my God, I know everyone's so shocked. They're like, shocker. Oh, no pun intended.
Oh, but it is so fun.
Okay, so this game, guys, you may have heard of it. It's called That's What She Said. Sophia, you are more obsessed with like board games and cards.
People think I'm such a weirdo. I live
and
breathe board games, card games. Like, I think it's so fun.
And
so
this
was so amazing.
Yeah, I'm not personally into them, but this was right up my alley for
Right.
Call Her Daddy. That's What She Said.
Yes.
Is a raunchy, nasty card game, and it's amazing. Sophia and I, the first time we used it, we did like a girls' night in with our roommate Lauren. We got some wine, we got some cheese, and we started playing this game.
And we were like crying. No, we were so hard.
Because, guys, what ended up happening personally for us when we were playing That's What She Said, basically there's nasty cards and it's funny and it's hilarious, sexual innuendos, and then you end up just going off on tangents.
Yes.
We're like, what's your favorite first date? And we start then talking about the guy we were hooking up with last week.
The card game, pretty much, you'll learn all of your friends' dirty secrets.
Legit. So,
Straight up.
Exactly. So, guys, this week we are giving you guys, drum roll please, obviously a discount code for That's What She Said. This is a perfect time also for the holidays, guys. You can get this as like a little gift for someone. So right now our listeners get 20% off because, you know, we hook you guys up like that. And you're just going to go to that'swhatshesaidgame.com when you use our code Daddy. Oh my God.
Yes.
Type in Daddy.
We got a Daddy
discount code. That's actually sick. So use the code Daddy at that'swhatshesaidgame.com and you're going to get 20% off your entire order.
Yes.
Okay, guys?
And honestly, this game really is as dirty as your mind makes it. AKA, when Alex and I are playing it, it's fucking disgusting.
We should actually start filming ourselves playing this game
should.
and hear, guys, the shit we talked about last week when we played this on Saturday, I was like, okay, we can use this stuff in our episodes. So guys, hook yourself up with That's What She Said game, get raunchy, and send us in some things you guys say during the game.
Promo code Daddy.
Daddy. Okay, guys, let's get right into it. Oof.
Sex on the first date.
Oh, Sophia.
Sex on the first date. We've all done it. We've all been there. This podcast is called Call Her Daddy. So if you want to fuck on a first date, fuck on a first date. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Do you agree?
100%. We've said that in past episodes.
Yes.
If you guys want to fuck freely.
I've been there, okay? There's passion. You guys have chemistry. You're vibing. Things are getting hot and heavy. You both want to do it. Do it. With that said, people.
With that said.
Yes. You got to be prepared.
Prepostered.
Preposterous.
Here we go, Sophia.
You got to be prepared to never hear from this guy ever again.
Absolutely.
And that's just the tea.
That's just the tea, sis.
What it is.
Well, I think you and I have talked about that. People write in. They're like, holy shit, I got ghosted. I fucked this guy on the first date. I'm so upset. Listen, I think what we want to emphasize is that there is a chance, even if you didn't fuck him on the first date, he was going to ghost you anyways. And so it's hard for girls sometimes because would you be more butthurt if you walked away from that date, you hadn't fucked him, and you're like, all right, I'll chalk it up as a loss, he's ghosting me. But girls get way more butthurt being like, I fucking spread my legs open, he entered me, he fucked me, and now he's never going to talk to me again.
It makes the stakes just way higher.
Way higher.
Because if he doesn't talk to you and you guys had not done anything, it's easier to brush that off.
Right. Basically,
if you guys fucked, your ego might hurt a little.
But the moral of it is that you'll never really know if it was because you fucked or because you didn't.
Absolutely.
So that's hard to, move on from.
Yeah, this is a really interesting topic because Alex and I have talked about this. Our backgrounds with that are so different.
Well, and I think also just when we tell you guys this, think about yourself too. Think about your past, because I think everyone has different situations with how it goes if they fuck on a first date. It also depends on the guy. But just read your audience and read your past and like what works and doesn't work for you.
Me personally, in my experiences, I would say my last 3 boyfriends, my last 3 serious relationships, it started off us partying and raging together. And then finally, like one night we hook up. And then, I mean, maybe we like continually hook up. But after that, then we're like, wait, we really like each other. Let's go on a date. Oh my God. Now that I'm saying that, like, okay, I know you've already entered me, but like, let's get to know each other over this candlelit dinner.
Legit. You're like, hi, we fucked. And now it's time for some sushi.
Right.
That's appropriate.
But I mean,
no, and that's,
we
we always talk about how we are a little different. We're so similar in so many aspects of life, but this specifically is just a little different for both of us, because so that's happened for Sophia, and that's how a lot of your long-term relationships have started, from partying then hooking up. I am completely different. Most of my longer-term relationships have started where like I start texting a guy and then we start hanging out, and then eventually we'll fuck. And my whole thing, and listen,
you make
like,
them wait.
I make them wait. And listen, this has nothing to do with being like a holy roller, being like, I'm saving my shit for marriage. No.
Alex, no one was thinking that. Don't worry.
Okay, just wanted to confirm. I'm not saving my shit for marriage.
Okay.
It's a personal choice. Okay, but no. So I basically have this thing that I've been doing since college. I remember my best friend's brother told me and her and I before we went to college, do not hook up with someone your first semester of college. And I took that shit to heart, and now to this day I still use it, because this is what I do. I just don't, for my game personally, I don't like to give it up. I like to make them work for it. I'm not a fucking tease. But I never have sex with them in like the first month to 2 months.
Okay, so you make them wait a month or 2.
Yes.
Are you doing other stuff during that time?
Sophia, of course. What is the Cooper special for if I don't put it to use?
In the vagina.
No. Yeah, and so like for example, I absolutely am getting some pee in my mouth, but I'm not letting it go in the V. And that's just, and again, I want to confirm, I'm not judging any girls that are giving it up on the first night. Mine's not about being like, I don't want to let him have it. It's literally me being like, I know this shit works. When I make a guy wait, the longer I make it wait, he just keeps coming back and coming back. And then that gives me the opportunity in that time frame to basically get him obsessed with me. So then that when we do fuck, I basically have full control of whether I want to take it to dating, I want to keep fucking.
You're very calculated.
I am so goddamn
in what you're doing.
I am.
I'm more like, woo, let's get drunk. Woo, let's hook up. Okay, now
absolutely,
let's date. All right.
Absolutely.
Well, I think that's great. I really do.
But I also think it's very important that I am hooking up with these guys. I'm not fucking being a prude where they're like, this girl's the most boring bitch to hook up with. I am getting his dick wet, just specifically with my mouth, and he's going down.
Okay, but with that said, you don't want to pull out all the fucking stops.
Exactly, that's what I was gonna say.
Like that, like when you're hooking up with a guy for the first time, you don't want to pull out your Lisa Ann performance.
Absolutely
you know what I
not.
mean?
They don't deserve that yet.
And we've said this a million times. You can have great sex without being a total freak.
Yeah, listen, girls, there is just this double standard, and it's like every single time a girl goes to hook up with a guy for the first time, if you perform like a nasty ass freak in the bedroom, it may love it. Yeah. But afterwards, he's going to go up to his friends and be like, they're going to be like, how was it? And he's going to be like, amazing fuck. She's nasty as shit. And then in their mind, I could never date her, because they associate with nasty with having experience and being a slut.
Which is really fucked up.
It's so fucked up.
Honestly, like, they're judging you. Like, if you do a great performance, they're just automatically thinking, like, she must get around.
Yeah,
she's not wife material. Fuck you.
Maybe I watch a lot of fucking porn, and my vibrator is my best goddamn friend.
Yes.
And I go to town on myself, so I have a lot of pent up sexual energy.
But we just keep it real, you guys. So that is a possibility. Yeah. So with that said, if you really, really like this guy, then don't give him your grade A performance.
Right.
You know, save a little stuff for down the road.
But girls,
And
do
later.
not lay there like a dead fish.
Well, never.
Don't get it twisted.
Never. They listen to Call Her Daddy. Alex, they're not laying there like a dead
Okay,
fish. Come
thank
on.
you. Because, go ahead.
I was just going to say, from my perspective, if I felt like I wanted to pull out all the stops on the first time and the guy like judged me for it, I also would be like, well, then he's not the guy for me.
Oh,
You
yeah,
know?
fuck off.
There's like different ways to look
Wait,
at
what
it.
was that girl that wrote into us and she was like, I went to this guy's house and he fucked me and then, but I didn't come. And what did she say?
Yeah. She said that she like, and he said you don't call me daddy like when we're fucking. And after they fucked, like she grabbed up all of her shit and she was like, you are not daddy, I am daddy.
And I
like,
am not here to make you come.
Yes.
Or something like that. Like
Yes.
you should be here to make me come.
And left.
And walked out. I'm like, okay, hi.
Savagery.
This girl needs to come
She-
on our
she
podcast.
needs to come hang
We
out.
fucking love that shit. So
Absolutely.
back to the whole thing. Guys, if you're hooking up, well, girls, if you're hooking up with a guy on the first date, go fucking into it. Give him a grade like 7 performance, but I don't know, maybe go crazy.
Yeah.
That reminds me of the Gluck Gluck. This is something I wanted to confirm about the Gluck Gluck. I know, ladies, I gave you the double hand twist, gawk gawk combo. We're getting sloppy. We're getting noises. You're getting eye contact, double hands going different ways. Amazing. This is what I do, though, and I want to make sure you guys start doing this too. And I apologize if that is taking me this long to realize that I didn't tell you guys this. I don't ever give the guy the Gluck Gluck 9000 the first time we're hooking up.
Yeah.
Fucking never.
No.
Because you don't want to use all of your ammo in the first go round.
Agree.
Like imagine,
agree.
because then what? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what I do is, the guy that I always talk about, male X.
Like 3,000.
Yeah,
instead
maybe
of
not even the
9,000.
3,000. It's like the preview to the Gluck Gluck.
Okay.
So I always text my friend after. I'm like, yeah, I gave him head. And he's like, what was your performance? And usually on the first, this is so fucked up. Usually on the first time I give a guy head, I will go in and I personally label it like a grade 6. In my repertoire, that would be a 6. So it's an above
So
average.
in everyone else's repertoire, that's a fucking
Stop.
20.
So no. So I give a guy a blowjob and it's a 6, which means that shit was an above average blowjob for sure.
Yeah.
I would never walk away being like, oh fuck, I could have sucked it better.
Yeah.
No, I leave there with feeling confident, but
Yeah.
there are, in my mind, I'm like, oh my God, I have this I can bring in. I didn't
Yeah.
even double hand twist his shit. The sloppiness
Totally.
wasn't even
Totally.
disgusting. Like
I can agree
you know,
with that. You build up to
you
the really...
build it up because
Yeah.
then if it's an above average, they're like, holy shit, this girl knows how to fucking suck dick.
Mm-hmm.
But also they're not like, that was the nastiest fucking thing that like she looks like a porn star. By your 5th date,
Yeah.
when you whip that shit out, they're like, okay, so let's get married because holy shit, I'm in
Yeah.
love. And it just almost looks like you are trying new things on him. Little do they fucking know
my
you've been able to do
God.
it the whole time. You're just
Wow.
fucking holding out.
I mean, brought to you by the mind of Alex Cooper, the fucking mind fuck that she is. It's really great. It's really brilliant. I want to say, guys, this does not pertain to you. Sir.
No.
This does not pertain to you. Every single time you're in the bedroom, you need to be pulling out all the stops, giving them your 100%.
Yeah, Sophia.
You don't get to say, ooh, I'm going to like make this girl, I don't want to give her all of it.
I'm not
Because
going to
that's not gonna
thrust too
work.
hard. I'm not going to throw him to
No.
different positions.
No.
No, because Sophia, you and I were both saying that it's like
And like, sorry.
I was going to say we were both about to come in
Yeah.
here being like, all right, like what can we tell guys for the rule of fucking on the first
Yeah.
date? It doesn't fucking apply to guys.
No.
No.
No. What guy on a first date is like trying to like give the girl the build up and not pull out all the stops and he's like, let me just go down on you.
Yeah.
Like, no sex yet.
No
Let me just
sex,
lick your
babe.
pussy. No.
I don't want my dick in
Right.
there.
Also, we didn't even want to tell guys if they should have sex on the first date or not, Alex, like you just said, because what guy in their right mind goes on a date with a girl and the girl is ready to spread her legs and he turns it down and he's not ready to spread his?
Yeah, he's like, it's just not the right time. Like, I'm not ready. I'm on my myriad. Like, what the fuck? Like, what can they say? There's no
Yeah.
excuse. And so
Yeah.
I just think also for guys being mindful, you better be pulling out your fucking stallion performance every single time because like we've talked about in previous episodes, there are GDRs and there are BDRs.
Yeah.
GDR equals a good dick review And a BDR equals a bad dick review. And if you do not perform your first night and make her fucking wetter than anything and make her fucking come or at least attempt to, she's going back to all of her homegirls and she's like, that guy can't fuck.
Yeah.
So fucking pull out all your stuff.
I mean, coming back from a BDR is nearly impossible. We've said that.
But doesn't that fucking suck?
It does.
Like, guys just get to go full ramping it up every goddamn time.
Yeah.
And we're over here like, okay, so I'm going to give him the 6. And then next time maybe a 7.5. And then.
And all of these games, these don't apply when you're older.
Oh,
this
fuck
is
no.
for like people in their 20s and in college and stuff like that. Even Alex and I are approaching an age where no one in their 40s and 50s is like, okay, so I'm gonna go on the date with him, but I'm gonna hold out. Like, they don't have time. They're
my
like,
God.
we're going on the date, and if it's going well, we're fucking and we're moving on.
Yeah, everyone we talk to that's in that age frame, they're like, if I'm wasting my Saturday or my Thursday to go on a date with this guy, if I like him, I'm fucking him. And if I don't, we know so many people that are like, I will leave after appetizers and be like, you're a great guy. I just don't think the chemistry's there, and they bounce.
Exactly.
But we know that our demographic also, like, a lot of you could be in college. And that is such a different scene, guys, because it's like, you may be fucking someone and then you know that, like, oh, fuck, if I fuck them on the first date, they're friends with this person and that. So there's just
it's
so many
totally
more
different.
layers to it.
I even feel like we're approaching an age where, like,
I know,
you
isn't that
don't-
sad?
Yeah, I guess we'll be doing a lot of fucking on a first date.
Oh,
coming soon.
PSA.
Yeah, but we're just saying, fuck on the first date if you want.
But don't get
recap,
fucking nasty
Don't
with
get
it.
nasty. Don't, like, get on the bed naked and, like, dangle your head off the bed and be like, come stick your dick in my mouth and, like, fuck my throat.
Yeah,
till
no.
till I pass out.
No, preferably
You know?
there is no face fucking going on a first date.
Face fucking.
Face fucking. Can we talk about
Skull
face
fucking.
skull fucking, face fucking, throat fucking? God.
They all sound so beautiful.
They
and
are.
So cute.
That
Not
is
at all.
what we love here at Call Her Daddy. Let's fucking talk about face fucking. So, well, actually, I feel like a lot of girls in the daddy gang have reached out to us and said, guys, I don't know what to do. I have such a bad gag reflex.
Yeah.
And like,
They're like brushing their teeth and they like almost throw up.
right.
I've been there.
They're like sticking their toothbrush back to try to practice for that night and they end up hurling all over.
I've been there brushing the back of my tongue and I'm like,
You're like, whoa.
I won't be doing the gluck lick anytime soon.
So with that being said, listen, face fucking is like not for everyone. So like, I'm not on here like, girls, get
even
into
for
it.
guys, like I know some guys are just not into that.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about
Okay,
that.
they're lying.
But so face fucking. Let's talk about face fucking because I have a position I want to talk about that I think is really, really good for girls and really good for guys. So you just mentioned the head over the bed, which is not it, but we can talk about that in a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, girls, envision yourself laying on your back like you're going to sleep, and you get him on top of you. And you pull him up basically to your face. Like as if you're, when you like go and they say like, oh, sit on my face. Like he's basically sitting on your face. It's important that you have a pillow behind your head. Mm-hmm. You don't want to be completely flat on a mattress. So your head's on the pillow, the guy's on top of you, and his dick goes in your mouth.
Okay.
Right. Perfect.
I mean,
Classic. Yeah. Okay. Great.
I figured it would go in the mouth.
Perfect. So once he's in there, this is why I love this position. You are going to have your head up a little bit where your neck could get cramped a little bit so you can go back and forth off the pillow a little bit, but you raise your head a little bit off the pillow and he's going to start face fucking you basically, but you're going to put your hands on the back of his thighs. So to him, it's like, holy shit, she wants to take all of me. Like that's so hot. And you're basically going to control his rhythm of the thrust. Okay. And that way, this is a position you can really fucking almost throw up. Like your gag reflex is because the angle.
This is like the deep throat.
Yes. Okay. So what you want to do is with your hands on the back of his thighs, you are almost, he's going to think it's so hot because you're taking control of his speed, but at the same time, you're almost helping yourself out because you're controlling it. Mm-hmm. The minute you feel, guys, like you are like, holy fuck, I cannot take this thing anymore. I am out of breath. I can't breathe.
I was going to say, like, girls, you need to know your limit.
Yes.
You know, like, I've been there before. I'm like, oh my God. If I don't like chill for a second and like get my hands involved,
you start turning blue.
I'm turning blue. I'm like,
like
out.
here I go.
But throwing up. Like girls have gotten there before. The throwing up on the dick.
Well, and I was going to say it happens. And so when you're doing this, you need to be prepared. Like, okay, girls, while you're thrusting him forward, the best thing to do, why I'm telling you to have the pillow, is the minute you feel that you could possibly gag, you pull your head back to the pillow so that you pull out of his dick. AKA, that's why I told you, if you're on the flat mattress, you're fucked. You're literally getting suffocated.
Oh, yeah.
So have that little room.
You're getting taken to the emergency room.
So make sure you back up, and then what's going to happen is you will start licking the side of his piece, go down to his balls, like start licking the tip. And this is the position, girls. I know sometimes we say don't always keep eye contact. This position is 100% eye contact. When a guy is looking down at you, and he sees his whole fucking dick in your mouth, and that position, like seeing your eyes looking up at him, and it's like a banana shoving into, you know what I mean?
Of course they do.
It's so hot to him, guys. And you just need to make sure that you are taking it in certain ways and you are stopping when you're ready. And a guy is going to freak the fuck out, and the more sloppy you can get with it, the better.
Any blowjob.
But try this position, but just be mindful you could throw up.
I was thinking about the position where you like lay flat on the bed with like on your back, and then you have your head dangling off. And then that is like an actual face fuck. Where you literally just hang your mouth open, like literally head upside down, like Spider-Man kiss.
Except you're kissing his dick.
You're kissing his wiener instead. And like that, like you can actually pass out, and because that's a full skull fucking situation.
I was gonna say that is like, I personally don't like that position for girls, because you at that very moment, ladies, lose all control.
Totally.
You
like he's actually fucking your face,
and you can't pull away. Like you're gonna just, like you have no room. You can't go left, you can't go right, you're stuck, and you're taking it, you're being gagged.
That is when you throw up on a dick.
That
is when you throw up on a dick, which is so common.
It is.
And that's what I want to tell everyone. It is so common. And guys are like, ew, it's so gross. And I'm like, it can happen if she's trying to deep throat you like an animal.
It's like when you're having anal.
Right. Like you might get poop on your dick, and that has to be the risk you're willing to take because you're trying to fuck her ass.
Yeah, like
you're trying to fuck her throat, like some throw up might come out.
But it is, listen, on the guys, poop dick. Throw up dick.
I used to call people that in middle school. Okay, let's go ahead. Let's move on.
The throw up thing, guys. Listen, girls, I'm gonna get to in a minute. Guys, I understand it's fucking nasty. Like I get it. Girls, it has happened to the best of us. You throw up. The difference in the throw up. There are some girls, I literally have read people writing in and being like, I fucking hurled all over him, all on his stomach.
That's a full throw up situation. That's when you need to pop up and be like, let's go to the shower.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. Yeah, you gotta almost there when guys. If something gross happens during sex, a lot of time guys are like, what the fuck do I do? That's when you grab your man. You don't even give him a chance to freak out. You're like, all right, babe, let's go to the shower. Come on, let's go to the shower. You can freak out later. He can freak out later, but get him in the shower.
But if it's just, a little bit comes up through your esophagus and into your mouth, just use it as lube. That's disgusting. It might be a little chunkier than regular lube.
A little bit warmer than lube.
But you just got to do it. And if you can, you just slurp it back down. And you just keep going at it like the champ that you are. Because, I mean, what are you going to do, really, at that point?
No, listen.
Be like, oh my God.
Like when you're younger, you know how you like cry when you throw up and you need your mom to like rub your back? You're like, babe, I just throw up. He's like, bitch, get the fuck out of my face. I don't give a fuck. You just throw up. You're on my dick.
That happened to the MILF Hunter, didn't it?
Oh, male ex MILF Hunter. The man, the myth, the legend. Yeah. He was telling me a story, guys. He said he fucked this broad so great. They were passed out, basically. She was a cum savage, a psycho. She got on top of him right after and literally started sucking his soft dick. And she was like, I want it again. And he's like, all right, here we go. I'm not really in the mood, but okay. And she starts sucking his dick until it gets hard. And she's going so ham. He was like, this wasn't even a Gluck Gluck 9000. This was like a suction. I don't even know what the fuck you would call it.
Wow.
And he was like, it was a lot. It was a tornado on my dick. And all of a sudden, he was like, Cooper, I feel on my dick, my eyes are closed, and I look down, and her mouth is like a chipmunk. It looks
Oh
full. My dick
my
is warm.
God.
I feel some chunks, and I'm like, this bitch just threw up all over my fucking piece. And
That's
when
the
he said
situation.
he was like, and this wasn't just like a little bit, like I've had inclinations sometimes that girls have thrown up. He said this full blown was a mouthful of throw up, and she swallowed it back up like fucking clam chowder.
That was a beautiful,
That was disgusting.
beautiful
And
analogy.
he said afterwards, he literally got up. He was so mortified. He said, "Thank you, please let yourself out." He ran to the bathroom. He said, "I stood in the shower for over 30 minutes with my forehead against the wall, and I contemplated my entire existence."
The post-nut clarity. We've talked
Post-nut
about
clarity.
this. The post-nut clarity is a real fucking thing. It's after a guy comes
Yep.
and his entire life flashes before his eyes. Everything becomes crystal clear 20/20 vision,
Yeah.
and he is just like, wow.
What the fuck just happened?
What just went down?
You guys have to understand the PNC, we'll call it. We should make t-shirts of that. Post-nut
PNC.
clarity. The post-nut clarity, guys, every single guy has after they come.
Yeah.
Like they literally sit there and
Yeah.
they are just in a different dimension. That is why sometimes like girls get butthurt when
Oh
your
my gosh,
guy
that's-
gets up
yeah, that's
and he walks to the bathroom.
Totally. That's
Like,
happened to me before where I'm like, I had just gotten done having sex with a guy.
Yeah.
And he like rolls over and I'm laying there and I'm like, this bitch is not about to not give me attention after that just went down. But it's true. Like they need like 1 to 2 minutes to like
Yeah.
sober up.
Legit.
From their, actually, no, the opposite because they're the most sober.
That's true. They're like seeing everything.
Clarity.
It's like when they roll over in the bed and they just need a minute.
and
or
the girl's like,
Yeah.
please, like, can we cuddle? No, you need to give them.
That's what
time.
I know. Girls freak out when they do go to the bathroom and they shut the door. Girls are like, "What the fuck was that bad?" No.
Yeah.
It could have been amazing. It
Totally.
doesn't matter. That's also when guys, this happens. This is not specific to you, every girl. It literally happens when they like jack off to porn.
Yeah.
Literally after they come,
Yeah.
anytime, anywhere, whether
Yeah.
it's in the mason jar, in your vagina, in the sheets, in their sock, it doesn't fucking matter. They're gonna have that moment where they
Totally.
need to be
Totally.
alone.
And if he's standing up and going to the shower, girl, you should too go to the bathroom and pee so you don't get a UTI. Okay, so let's just all get on the same page.
Absolutely. So don't freak out when they have the post-nut clarity.
I think girls have the post-nut clarity too, though.
Absolutely.
You know?
Like not obviously as bad, but
Right.
it's there.
The post-it note story. The post-it note story.
Oh my god.
With your friend. Because that's post-nut clarity like I've
Holy-
never seen.
Oh my god.
You have to.
Okay. I'm actually really okay, guys. All right. Sorry. I just forgot about this shit. All right. This is called the post-it note story. Yeah. Let's get into it.
Post-nut, post-it note.
Oh, that's beautiful.
I know.
This is what the post-it note story is. So, at the time, this is about a year ago. I had a friend in town, and she and I hadn't seen each other in a while. We were super excited. I, at the time, was dating a guy, and I was living with him. We shared an apartment. So he was out of town. She was coming to stay with me. We go out one night. We went to Catch.
Ooh la la. Just
fucking hate
kidding.
that
Go
place
get
now.
the bao buns.
Yeah,
So cool.
Catch is like a restaurant / turns kind of into a club at night if you guys don't live in New York. So we're at Catch and we find this group of guys. And, you know, they're cute. They're talking to my friend. They're talking to me. I'm just fucking
Third
wheeling over here. But I was happy because I wanted her to get it in. She was in town, you know. So we start talking to these guys. My friend starts hitting it off with this guy. They start making out. And I didn't even think about it in like a weird way. She was like, he's going to come back. And I'm like, perfect, great. Yeah, bring it back to our apartment.
Yeah. It's funny what alcohol will do to you.
Oh,
'Cause
for
just
sure.
You're like, oh,
We're
absolutely.
like, yeah, come on back. But also because she was in town, she didn't want to go to like a rando's apartment. So I'm like, yeah, bring it back to the apartment. We're in the cab. We get back to the apartment. We walk up to the apartment.
They probably thought it was like a threesome situation.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, so I'm
you've
living
always
here.
walked up there with your boyfriend. All of a sudden, it's you, your friend, and a guy, and you're drunk, so you're probably like all over him. The doorman's like,
All the doormen are staring at me like, what the fuck is this slut up to? Do we need to warn her
Yeah.
boyfriend? I'm like, no, we're good. So we walk into the apartment. Now, guys, let me explain to you that the apartment I was living in was not a normal New York City apartment. It didn't have the rug that Sophia and I explained.
there was no rug in this.
There was no poop and pee coming out of their bathroom.
Yeah.
When, it was a way nicer. It was like a museum.
Yes.
Like, how would you explain it?
It was like borderline penthouse.
Yeah.
It was just this high-rise, gorgeous apartment. The views
Yeah.
were incredible of all
Yeah.
of New York. Like, no 20-something-year-old girl can afford to live in that shit.
There was no fucking way that was just my place.
Yeah.
So the guy comes up, we walk into the apartment, and he like stops in his tracks, and he's like, what the fuck? He was like, do you guys live here? And I remember being like, yes, it's like our place, just the two of us. Meanwhile, the decoration in my apartment at the time.
The memorabilia, like there were like 12 pictures of your ex-boyfriend, like jerseys, like it was literally a museum of all of this like athletic shit.
Right. I probably looked like a fucking grade A psychopath,
Dude,
like fan.
like the biggest fan. You're like, I just
love
guy.
sports. So
Oh my
anyway, so he
God.
sees it, whatever. We ended up saying it was our place. They go
Right.
into the bedroom.
And the guy's shoes and clothes were in
Oh
a
yeah.
giveaway.
They're like,
so
why do you have all these men's
you're
clothing?
like,
I'm
I like
"Oh."
to dress like a boy. Moving on.
Okay. So they go and they fuck. In the morning, I'm sound asleep in my bed,
Mm-hmm.
and my friend comes in. She's like knocking on the door. She's like, Alex. I'm like, what? She's like, I need to come in. She closes the door. She locks it. She gets into bed. She's naked. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I'm like, what did he do? She's like, nothing. It was unbelievable. Great sex. But I just don't want to see him again. And I was like, wait, what? And she's like, I do not want to see this man again. And I'm like, okay, but what the fuck, dude? Like, this guy's in our apartment. Like, what are you going to do? She's like, no, I took care of it. I'm like, what the fuck do you mean you took care of it? She's like, I wrote on a Post-it note and I said, thanks for last night. Sorry, but I need to be alone right now. You can let yourself out. And then she left her number at the bottom. And
Didn't she put it on his head? Didn't she do that?
she put the Post-it note on his forehead and left him in the bedroom and came in here.
Honestly, it's not that crazy because if you need to make sure that this guy sees the Post-it note, like where else are you gonna put it on his dick?
Exactly. She was like, he better know.
On the forehead.
And he'll let himself out. So we're laying there and we were freaking out though because we hear him get up and he opens the door. We hear him walking around the apartment. At this point, I'm like, this bitch is about to steal everything.
I know.
Like, this guy is just
That's
having a
what I would
shopping
be
spree. He's
thinking.
walking out with some jerseys.
Yeah.
And I'm like, honestly,
You're
this
like,
point, fuck
honestly,
it.
like take what you need and we'll just replace it.
Right.
But
I
get
don't
the
care.
fuck out.
Get the fuck out. So,
Wow.
the best part of this story.
You guys, this man wrote in to call her daddy a couple weeks ago. A year later.
A year later, I'm sitting in my bed.
Yes.
I am reading the Call Her Daddy questions you guys write into the site.
Yes.
And I scream in our apartment. I'm like, Sophia.
I run into your room and you're like, the guy that hooked up with my friend in my ex-boyfriend's apartment that got the Post-it note on his forehead wrote in.
So guys, I want
You have to read it.
I
It's too
took
good.
I took a little snippet. He basically told the whole story. And he ended up saying towards the end, he was like, I was sober enough when we got back. I finally recognized who you were and which athlete's apartment I was in. So it turns out he did know. He knew God.
Alex, he did know. He fucking knew. If you went into that apartment, you would know.
So then he said, funniest part was I woke up alone, completely naked, with a Post-it note on my head saying that the girl needed to be alone and went into the other room to pass out. To top it off, she only gave me 6 digits. This leads me to my question. Can you get me that last digit from the girl I plugged over a year ago? Thank you for the memorable night. Shit was epic.
She only left 6 digits. There was a missing digit.
Dude, I text her. I'm like, what the fuck? She's like, honestly, I don't even know. I was so fucking hammered still, whatever. But that was the funniest fucking thing. I'm like, the fact that she had the post-nut clarity in the morning. She's like, I don't want to fucking see him. I don't want to talk to him ever again.
Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised she fucking lasted till the morning. I mean, my post-nut clarity is like a guy's. I'm like, literally, after I'm done, the guy goes to get me a glass of water. And when he comes back, I'm like, putting my pants on and I'm like, oh my God, my Uber's outside. Thanks for the water. Gotta go.
Dude, okay, Sophia, you literally, well, I think it was like 4 months ago, Sophia was hooking up with this guy consistently.
Oh.
And you would be out. I'm like, going on a date with this guy. I'm like, okay, have fun. You're going to sleep there. Sophia's walking in at 3 a.m., 5 a.m., 12. Like, every night that she went out with this dude, she's rolling in. I'm like, why the fuck are you not staying?
That was for real. Like, I was out of there. One time, I was putting my clothes on to leave, and he was like, no.
Nope.
He was like, nope, you are laying back down and like you are spending the night with me. Like this is getting out of control.
Because, dude, like, you, at that point, I feel like you kind of take over control because the dude's like, all right, I'm fucking you. And it's the whole thing we say when girls high five the dude and peace the fuck out.
Well,
and they're going to be
yeah.
like, what? What
because
the fuck?
you know what it is? I'm not trying to be cool. I'm not trying to like play a game with
No.
this guy. I don't want to sleep in bed with a guy I'm not comfortable with. Can you agree with me on that?
Do you remember, absolutely, do you remember the guy I was kind of hooking up with a few months ago? And I wouldn't say we were about to start like dating, but we were more serious. And so I don't know why the fuck I did it, but I stayed over one night. I'm like, all right, I'm going to just stay. I'm going to
I get it. Sometimes I feel obligated too.
He's buying me enough dinners. He's taking me out enough.
He gets a sleepover.
Right,
he gets a slumber party.
Okay. So I sleep there and I don't sleep a fucking minute, guys. I am laying there like the little mummy in my casket. I'm like, da-da-doo. I'm like counting the hours. I'm
Yes.
checking my phone.
There's
I'm looking
no
at
way
him
you're
sleeping.
falling asleep.
So do you remember the one day I texted you and I'm like, Sophia, I am losing my fucking mind. It's 6 a.m. I need to get the
my
fuck
God.
out of here.
Alex texts me and she's like, you're going to call me and you're going to say you're locked out of the apartment and I'm going to answer the phone so I can leave. And I didn't even text her back. I was like, hey, Alex, I'm locked out of the apartment.
Want to come by?
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I put my phone directly next to that motherfucker's head, put it on loud, and so it goes off, and he's like, oh, and I'm like, oh my God, whose phone is that? Pretending like I didn't know goddamn well I just fucking texted you and you blowed me up. And that's the type of shit I don't think guys would ever know girls do that on purpose.
I mean, oh my God, there is nothing more irritating than when you're laying there and the guy is sound asleep. And you know that you will not be able to go to sleep. Like, it pisses me off on a level that is not normal for something that's so natural to happen.
Why do girls do this and not guys? Girls, I don't know if it's just Sophia and I feel like it's every girl.
We need attention. I don't know what it is.
I don't want him to be asleep until I'm asleep.
Oh my God. If I am like laying there and I look over and he is sound asleep and he's making that little peaceful face, I want to fucking punch him in the head. Like, this is.
Here you go, Sophia.
I used to do this with my ex-boyfriend. Like, I would do the classic, like, kind of, like, smack him a little bit, like, plug his nose, like, do stuff so he would, like, be like, what, like, whatever, to wake him up.
That's not enough.
It wasn't enough.
Never.
And so what I started to do...
Jesus Christ, what?
I am so
Here she comes, guys.
Psycho.
Bring it.
I would be like, babe, I just heard a noise. Like, I'm terrified. There's someone downstairs. It was so scary. Like, please go check on it. And he would be like, babe, I'm asleep. Like, it's fine. I'd be like, please.
If you love me, you'll go downstairs, babe. And he's like, oh my God, fine.
I'm like, please. So he would stand up,
so
go
pissed.
downstairs, like look around. And so by the time he's back up to our room, he had gotten up, was walking around the house, and he's awake. And you got him awake. And
you're like, babe.
And it will take him way longer to fall back asleep than if you just like did a little slap. You know
You're
what
like,
I mean?
Babe, what are you up to? Want to watch a movie? Want to play a board
I'm like,
game?
oh my God. I'm like, you're awake. I'm like, me too. I couldn't fall asleep either. Like, what should we do? Let's put on a show.
And he's like, no, guys, that is the thing. You have to get them to stand up.
Yeah,
they
that's
have
the
to
key.
stand up.
That's
if you're
the
like,
key.
babe, I heard a noise. Babe, someone's in the house.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
You gotta make them do a lap, and then by the time they're back to the room, they are awake, and you're like, I've told my boyfriend said that he started to get this is fucked up. He said he started to get really bad anxiety falling asleep around me.
What?
Because he knew how bad it pissed me off. Like, he said that he would fall asleep, and like after he'd been asleep for like 1 to 2 minutes, like he would like hurry and like look over, and I would just like be laying there like staring at him.
Sophia. That's like
So
the crazy
fine.
memes
Honestly,
you see.
we came to the middle.
You would just fall asleep before him.
And we just decided that the best thing for the both of us was for me to fall asleep first, and then he could fall asleep. And that's what relationships are all about, finding some middle ground. So that's what we did.
Dude, guys are going to be listening to this and be like, what the fuck? Probably guys don't understand the things girls do when we fucking lay there when it's like a one-night stand or you just don't want to be there. And you are bringing it to a whole nother level.
And then if I'm not comfortable with the guy, I'm out.
Outie.
I'm
goodbye.
like, I literally planned the Uber before before we hook up. I'm like, okay, pick up time
Preset.
20 minutes from now.
Here we go. Let's get a quickie in.
Okay.
Holy shit. That's actually
Beautiful.
beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing your psychotic shit. I think everyone loves that.
I mean, we all have it, right?
All right. Questions. Let's get into the questions.
Questions of Zooey?
Oui, oui.
Questions.
I think Sophia and I need to fucking go to sleep, dude. We're fucking
I love
losing
when you
it.
pull that accent on
Oh, c'est bon.
me.
Okay. First question, Jesus. First question. You guys were talking about sending a text to the wrong person. I did that, but with my mom. Jesus Christ. I was sexting my boyfriend some really filthy, disgusting, nasty shit, and I accidentally sent it to my mom. She was mortified, and I thought I was still texting my boyfriend, so I said something like, "You don't like that, baby?" I ended up realizing
my
it was a
God.
mistake. It was to my mother. I want to die. Dude.
That is the fucking worst.
I remember one time I was like in high school or some shit and I was doing shit I shouldn't have been doing. Got blackout at a party, ended up in a guy's bed, and I texted my friend that was at the party with me. I'm like, dude, I am fucking full blown naked in this guy's bed. I need you to like get me out of here. And I texted it to my goddamn fucking mother. And she's like, Alexandra, are you okay? What's wrong? And I'm like, it's over.
Okay,
It's over.
I'm sorry, but I don't think that's as bad as a full-on nude.
Oh,
Sending a nude?
that shit.
Oh,
Can you imagine
shit.
sending a full blown vid? A little nice viddy?
I would-
popping the clip
I would
in that
actually-
bitch.
Wow, we're popping the clip up in the club. Okay.
Okay. I am
beautiful.
so
Thanks
sorry.
for writing in.
Thank you for writing in. That shit is, I'm so sorry about that situation. All right, the next one. So I'm hooking up with this guy. He throws a condom on. He starts thrusting. I was a bit confused at his over-exaggerated moans because his dick was underneath me, in between my sheets and my ass. I wasn't sure what he was going for, but I just went for it for a minute. And then he fucking came in my sheets shortly after, and he told me my pussy was tight. Really, he was fucking railing my nylon bed sheets. What the fuck? She goes, he panicked right after because the condom broke, implying he thought he was inside me for that short ride. What the fuck?
If you are listening to this podcast, the Call Her Daddy podcast, and you don't know if you're in a vagina or if you're in between her ass and a bed sheet, go home.
What the hell?
Go home.
What guy is
Listen
like,
to something
oh,
else."
fuck, this feels so good, babe. This fucking pussy is so tight. You're like, you're fucking my
I'm
sheets.
like, I would just want to fuck with him and be like, I think I'm pregnant.
Literally, I'm pregnant. The
I'm
fact that he was
pregnant.
freaking about the condom breaking, I'm like, dude,
Oh my
fucking
wow.
idiot,
Okay.
dude. Okay.
Moving on. I don't even want to give that guy a second of our time. Unless he's like in middle school or high school. I mean,
Yeah, wait, what age is
break,
this?
Whatever.
Okay, Sophia, go.
Okay. This girl wrote in and she said, "What is your advice if you've been fucking a guy for about a month casually and now you're over it and don't want to fuck anymore? Do you say you're over it or ghost the fuck out of him?"
What?
Oh my God. So many girls write into us and they're like, "Hey, like I've been doing this with this guy. I'm kind of over it. Like, what do I do?" And I'm like, why is that a question? What do? You ghost the fuck out of him.
You literally leave.
He never hears from you again.
Guys,
why do you care?
This is the thing. I think girls overthink some things way too much. There is no unless you're in a full-blown dating relationship, there is no appropriate way to be like,
Right.
"Hey, we've fucked multiple times and now it's my time to escape and I'm over it. I'm going to go find new
Like,
dick. Thank you for your services."
What? Thank you for the orgasms, but it's time for me to
Find a new
spread
dick.
my wings.
Right.
No, I mean, totally. If it's boyfriend, girlfriend, that's different.
Obviously.
If you guys are fuck buddies, you do not owe him anything.
I mean, if you don't want to be such a dick, I think
Right.
also the best way to do it is just slowly stop answering. Like you
Yes.
kind of ghost him, then you kind of don't, and your responses are just bland as fuck,
Yes.
and you always blow off the plans.
yeah, he'll get the hint.
But I do want to also address that we acknowledge there are some people that are in like college settings or group settings. I get it's a little bit harder if you're fucking with a guy that's like in your friend group because you don't want to ruin a relationship or like split up the group. And I think that more so is what we just said. Start kind of like waning off and just almost be like, yeah, like I think everyone's going out tonight. We can hang out there, and then
Yeah.
just don't go home with him and just literally
Yeah.
wane off the
Totally.
fucking.
Totally. That's
Boom.
what I do.
But girls, if you're done, be fucking done, just like guys
Be
are.
done. Yeah, I mean, guys fucking do it all the time. Girls,
can we.
start ghosting.
Be a goddamn daddy.
Wow, this may be one of the only podcasts telling people to ghost,
Woof.
but that's okay.
Go.
Last question. How do I tell my boyfriend that he's not good at eating me out?
Oh.
So, first, we got to bring up the cooch gobbler. We got to bring up the cooch gobbler.
Bring up
baby.
the cooch gobbler, baby.
The cooch gobbler is mentioned
Whoa.
in episode 5.
Yeah.
If you can have him listen to it with you
Yeah.
without his feelings getting hurt, I say go for it.
This is how you don't get his feelings hurt, girls.
Yeah.
You blame everything on Call Her Daddy. So
Yeah.
what you're going to do is you're going to say, holy shit, babe. I am listening to this podcast, and there are a couple episodes. One, I have so many things I want to try on you for a blowjob. I found this new technique, but there is this shit I want you to try on me.
Right.
I think it's going to be so fucking hot.
Yes.
I'm so horny. I want you to listen to
Yeah.
it, and let's you try it on me tonight.
Oh my God, boom.
Like a positive reinforcement,
Yeah.
like excited.
Yeah.
You got to approach everything basically mind fucking them. If you want to tell them something, you bring it positive, you're
Right.
nice about it, and you're like, this cooch gobbler, babe, you doing it on me, I can't even fucking imagine.
Right.
And
I
then
mean,
he's going to be like, oh my God, my
yeah.
girlfriend's wet over this podcast. Let me listen.
I've only dated guys where they wanted me to tell them what I liked.
Yeah.
Like they wanted me to literally tell them
Yeah.
verbatim like what I want to go down.
But then I've told
I
you,
know,
yeah.
but I guess there are guys out
Yeah.
there that get their egos bruised. So
I
get it.
had a guy friend that was never really like wanted to go down on girls, but that he was just kind of fucking because he said, I know I'm great at fucking. I know my go-to positions, but eating a girl out is something I'm not as confident in. And so I kind of stray away from it. And I think, listen, a lot of guys and their egos get bruised so easily, especially when it comes to sexual things. So girls, if you want to tell your guy something, you can't be so direct with them. Because imagine if your dude
you're
was like,
dating a
you
big
fucking
boy.
suck at giving head. Like that's not what anyone wants to hear.
Right.
Sexual shit. Because then what happens is the minute he then goes down on you the next time, he's insecure thinking, oh my God, does she think this one sucks? Be positive.
Just say you want to switch it up and try something new.
And blame it on Call Her Daddy and show them episode 5, the Cooch Gobbler combo. I mean, baby, that shit is
Cooch
real
Gobbler.
and you will be wetter than ever.
Yes.
Guys,
I think that's it.
another Wednesday down.
Woo!
Daddy game. I mean, it's December.
Oh my gosh.
We're getting close to New Year's. There's so many episodes we have coming up. There's so much content. We can't wait. Thank you guys for listening to
Thank
this
you
episode.
so much.
We love you guys. We will see you next Wednesday. Bye, Daddy Gang.